Well, I've been a professional in philanthropy for just 5 years. I was on the Daniels Fund board before that from the very beginning. But philanthropy is different than any other business I've been involved in. I spent most of my career in banking, and it's a very different world. And in some ways, and in other ways, they're very similar. When you're making a loan to someone in the banking world, there are a lot of similarities with how you do a grant in the nonprofit world. But I think through the job, I've learned that philanthropy is a really special thing that we in America sort of take for granted. And the amount of generous people out there and the amount of difference that is made through their generosity is uniquely American, and it's something we all should be really, really proud of. Proud that it is in our country, and for those of us who have the privilege in working in this area, proud to be part of it. You know, I'm amazed every day when I look at what the Daniels Fund can accomplish, and I think back about Bill Daniels frequently. I worked with Bill for 15 years and put a lot of thought into his foundation and what he wanted to get accomplished, and it's amazing how many people were able to help and people were able to touch with his foundation. Bill told us to work in a number of areas. So on the grant side of the house, which is 70% of what we do, we fund in aging, substance abuse, sports, disabilities, early childhood, K-12 reform, ethics in higher education, homeless, disadvantaged, and youth development. And then the scholarship program, which represents 30% of what we do, has two programs. The traditional scholarship program, which is a need-based approach for kids who probably wouldn't otherwise find their way to college. And then an opportunity scholarship program where we actually make grants to the universities in the 4 states that we operate in, and the universities in turn re-grant the money to adults, and returning adults and military and a number of categories. You know, I think starting a foundation the size of the Daniels Fund is much, much harder than it looks from the outside. And are there things we would have done differently? Absolutely. But you learn as you go along, and we'll continue to learn, and we'll make adjustments as time goes on. But it's a lot harder than it looks to give away someone else's money.